going on our annual camping trip. We're going to load them up with camping stuff. I'll show you a bit later on what I'm taking to go places and have some fun. Don't laugh, this is why they didn't work. Today we are flying from Darley Moor and we are flying to Shobdon airfield. Traffic. Where is Giles? I'm starting to get a little bit concerned. I can see him, he's behind me. We have a fowler on our tail. Shobdon Radio Golf Charlie Mike Papa X-rays overhead at 2,000 feet will descend dead side for 26 grass. Shobdon Radio.
Golf Papa X-ray Roger, you're number 3.
Number 3? Never heard that before. Shobdon Radio Golf Papa X-ray is final for 26 to land. Golf Papa X-ray. And that wasn't too bad either.
Golf Papa X-ray, you can park next to your friend.
Well, I bet Giles is over there. Let's park up, set up and enjoy the night. Right, well, as you can see, we have made it here to Shobdon. It was a little bit frantic, if I'm honest, joining the circuit with a load of other aircraft, helicopters and all that sort of stuff. Being told I was number 3 to land, that was a first. I've never heard that before. There's loads going on here. There's helicopters, there's GA aircraft, there's gyros, there's all sorts of stuff going on. So it's a little bit busier than I'm used to. But I think it's important just to push yourself outside of your comfort zone every now and again, and that's how you grow in confidence, and that's what's happening to me anyway. So we're going to go and have a drink, we're going to set up, and then we will join you a bit later on. I'm giving in, manual. Not very manly, I know. Whatever. So after we'd set up base camp and cracked open the first beer of the night, we had a wander around the airfield to get our bearings, and we met a chap called Andy Richards who was busy polishing his gorgeous Vans RV4. Andy is a microlight instructor and instructs on both fixed and flexwing microlights at Swift Light Flight, which is based at Shobdon. So if you live in or around the Herefordshire area and you're interested in microlight training, then give them a call. I'll put the details on the screen and put a link in the description. After he'd tucked his RV4 in for the night, Andy was good enough to give us a bit of a guided tour around the hangar, and he showed us some of the microlights and other goodies based here at Shobdon. We thought you were gone a long time. Let me give you a bit of a walk round and show you what is going on at Camp Shobdon.
Camp Shobdon, yeah.
Camp Shobdon, I think we'll call it. Mr. Fowler is blowing up an inflatable.
Bed.
Make of that what you will. Well, that didn't take long, did
Why
it?
is there so much innuendo on whenever we go and make a video at the same time?
We were just in the hangar and you were talking about flaps. And I managed to resist the
there were
urge.
big flaps on the aeroplane.
Whatever. Okay, anyway, moving on swiftly. Just before I set everything up, what I thought I'd do is, let me give you a twizzle. 1, 2, 3, there we go. And show you what I've brought, just give you an idea of things to take with you if you're going to go flamping.
Is this why you've got a can of beer in your hand?
That's the most important thing. I was going to leave that till last. You've ruined it now.
Sorry.
Last year, me and Giles went to Stoke Golding. Everything that I've got here is the same as I took to Stoke Golding, so I'm not going to go into a load of detail. Go and watch that video. I'll put a card up at the top of the screen to Stoke Golding, and I'll tell you exactly everything that I've brought. But
Liar.
everything that I have brought is in the description below, and if you want to buy it, then you can click on those links and that will take you to an Amazon site. Full disclosure, they are affiliate links.
You've got an affiliate?
Yeah.
Oh, I've never done that.
I'm a corporate sellout. So yes, if you see anything on the video like me airbed, the tent, the chair, pretty much everything that I've got from Amazon. And if you want to buy yourself the same stuff, then go and have a look in the description. There are links down there. As I say, full disclosure, if you click on them, you can buy them. It will cost you the same as it would do normally, but Amazon will give me a little bit of money, which helps the channel. So go and have a look. Right, the most important thing you need if you're going camping away is a bit of ground support. And down here is he on there? This is Dan. If you follow Giles' channel, you'll have met Dan before. I think you bumped into Popham. So go and have a look. I'll put a link to that video as well. I'll plug your channel for you, don't mention it. Not that you need it. Dan has brought some vital fluids that we need, namely petrol and also beer. So
Which is wasted on me.
well, that's because you don't drink.
No, don't drink alcohol.
You know what you're missing out on? Adventures you could have had from the comfort of your own armchair.
More for us though.
Too right.
Absolutely.
Chilling down here. Living the dream.
That tastes good. Right, anyway, I need to finish getting my camp ready. A lot of people ask me questions about what do you do about fuel if you go away camping. So whilst I'm refueling, I just thought I'd explain how I do it. As I mentioned earlier, Dan has very graciously joined us as a bit of ground support and brought some petrol. But obviously these are two-stroke engines, so you need a bit of oil. So what I do before I leave is I measure out how much oil I need for 20 litres. In my case, I mix at 66:1. That's a bit controversial. That will cause a few comments, I've no doubt. But I mix 3 of these. These are 100 millilitres each of the two-stroke oil. So I just bring 3 of these with me, so I've got it all measured out, ready to go to chuck it in me fuel. So that's what I do. Just make sure you take your oil with you. Make sure you measure it before you. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Mine's bigger than yours.
Right, bit of cooking action going on. What we got? Oh,
This is it's all very.
it's a man barbecue, this, isn't it? There's 2 types of meat. There's burgers and there's sausages.
There's burgers and hot dogs, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we do all types of meat.
Nothing fancy. Yeah. Hang on, look, this is proper posh. We've got Tesco's finest, not finest, Tesco's coleslaw. We've got
Other brands of coleslaw are available.
They are.
Salad, that makes it healthy.
A party salad,
Yeah,
because we're having a party.
that makes it
We've got
healthy.
beer, that makes it perfectly healthy. We've even got pudding.
That's not so healthy.
It's not so healthy, but you know,
No.
it's all about balance. And then we've got potato salad as well. Look, we've got everything going on here. Look.
All major food groups covered.
Absolutely.
And beer.
And most importantly,
Oh.
Chicago IPA. Other brands are available.
I'm watching my figure.
How much do microlight Flexwing instructors weigh?
85 kilos.
And how much do you weigh? That's a bit
5 kilos.
Okay. It must be the camera then. They do say the camera puts on a few pounds.
I'm watching my figure.
Yeah.
Change shape.
Just whilst Giles has gone for an old man wee, I just thought I'd say I've had a fantastic evening sitting around a barbecue with a couple of mates talking about microlights and anything else that we talk about. What a great way to spend an evening. Dan, you absolute legend. You are a star for helping us out with fuel of both varieties and the barbecue and all the rest of it, and not taking a penny from us either, mate. We are in your debt. We owe you a huge gratitude of thanks. I can see Mr. Fowler returning over my shoulder. I've got the BBQ all there, fueled up, ready for the return trip tomorrow. I've got my bed for the night just there. What more could you want? Here he is. He's sneaking up on me. He thinks I can't see him. Every time. Go flamping. It's absolutely awesome, isn't it?
It is.
I normally say morning campers. It seems quite appropriate this morning, so morning campers. Just thought I'd give you a bit of an update, let you know how the night went. Slept like a baby, slept like a log. I think the IPA that Dan brought over, once again Dan, thanks ever so much, I think that helped. Sleepy juice. Was a little bit cold. It always gets a bit temperature drops a little bit overnight, so I was starting before I turned in for the night. I was debating, do I put my flying suit on or do I leave it off? So using the adage of dress for cloud base, I dressed for the worst conditions. Put the OZ flying suit on before I turned in. Initially I was boiling, but then sure enough I did wake up about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was just right, so made the right decision there. So whilst nobody else is up, nobody else is here, just me and Giles, I've got the place to myself. I thought I'd give you a bit of a walk round and show you the sort of stuff that is here at Shobdon Airfield. Big yellow C on the door, that marks the spot where you have to sign in and register when you land at the airfield and pay your landing fees, which me and Giles did yesterday. The lady that works in there, super helpful, super friendly. In fact, everybody's been so welcoming. It really has been a nice place to visit. And then look at this this old shelter. You can imagine that being here in the RAF days. Me and Giles were talking about last night. I bet there's some things went on in there. I wonder what they were talking about. I wonder what they were briefing about, you know, during the war times. I bet there's some history in that building. The history of this place I'm going to leave to Giles. He's an RAF buff, being ex-RAF himself, so I'm sure he's going to talk on his video about RAF Shobdon and its history. So if you want to watch that, then go and watch the video. If it's out, I'll put a link up to that video up at the top of the screen. However, this place today is the home of the infamous Meg's Cafe. We've been told that they serve a legendary breakfast, so that's a bit of a big build up. Let's see if it stands up to its reputation. We'll try that later on and we'll let you know how we go. This airfield really does have everything, all the facilities that you need. It's got a fire station. It's not a real fire station though, because if it was a real fire station at this time of day, there'd be firemen in there sleeping soundly. That's any fireman unsubscribed. And then as well as microlight training, they've also got gyroplane training, aim and high fly gyroplane flight training school. Gyros have always been amazing things. I don't know, I might have to have a go in one day. They just seem to me to be a little bit confused as to what they are. Are they a helicopter? Are they a microlight? What are they? And I have heard people explain them that they don't so much fly as beat the air into submission. I'm undecided about gyros, the jury's out. As well as having a wander around, I've also had a look online and had a look at Shobdon Airfield's website, the home of the Herefordshire Aero Club, to see what other training they have and what other facilities they have here. And it looks like they've got every base covered, as well as PPL training and LAPL training. They offer the NPPL training for microlight pilots. As we know, yesterday we were speaking to Dan. He's an NPPL student, almost at the point of taking his GST. He's doing his training here with Andy, who we also met yesterday. And they also hire aircraft. They do ground school, instrument rating, short field courses. There's one for you, Terry, not that you need it. A companion course, which is a good thing. That's for people that aren't pilots themselves but fly regularly with pilots, and it helps them appreciate the flying, helps them become more observant, helps them with radio procedures and all that sort of stuff. And then they also offer renewals and revalidation courses and training, and a scholarship for young pilots. So as well as all that, they also do training for helicopter pilots. So this is the home of Tiger Helicopters Limited, flight training service, chartered flights, aircraft engineers and aircraft sales. Do you ever play that game where you wonder what your house or your crib would look like if you won the lottery? In my mind, my house would definitely have a big white H painted in my back garden, and I would have a helicopter. What an ultimate personal transport machine that is. Sadly, the stuff of pipe dreams, never going to happen to me. As well as all the powered flight that's on offer over there with the GA aircraft and the microlights, fixed wing and flexwing, and the gyrocopters and the helicopters, finally we've also got these things thrown into the mix here at Shobdon, which is the home of the Herefordshire Gliding Club. And it's that mix of aircraft which initially made me a little bit apprehensive and reluctant about flying to Shobdon. Generally, if I've looked on an air chart, if I've seen an ATZ around an airfield, I've avoided it just because it just looks a little bit complicated. But this takes me back to what I was saying yesterday. I think it is important to push your boundaries and put yourself ever so slightly just beyond your comfort zone. Otherwise, if you don't do that, you will find yourself flying to the same places time and time again, going and seeing the same things and never actually seeing or going anywhere new, which for me is the whole enjoyment, or one of the biggest enjoyments of having my licence, is using it to go and see different places, get different airfields in my logbook. So I have to say I'm absolutely chuffed to bits. I've got another airfield in my logbook and I've thoroughly enjoyed my visit to Shobdon. There are rather a lot of rabbits here at Shobdon Airfield. I should have brought my air rifle with me. Perhaps Chef Dan last night could have cooked us up something else on the barbecue. Any vegans and vegetarians, please feel free to unsubscribe. I like a bit of rabbit. Okay, I've had a good walk round to see what is here. I hope I've given you a bit of a flavour of what goes on at Shobdon. It's a gorgeous morning. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. I love this time of day. Normally I don't see it. I'm either in bed or at work, so it's nice to actually get out and enjoy it. Mr. Fowler's not awake yet, I don't think. It's going to be a glorious day. We're promised blue skies and very light winds, so I'm looking forward to that. Should be a nice flight back to Darley Moor. Right, I'm going to go and get a coffee down my neck 'cause I'm feeling a bit croaky, and then get myself ready for this legendary Meg's breakfast. Let's see what that's all about. If you do camp here at Shobdon, it's £10 for the night, and that allows you to camp under the wing, but it also gives you access to a very, very clean shower block and toilet, which is always nice to have access to water and being able to keep yourself clean and that sort of stuff. And talking about the campsite, at the back of the airfield there is a campsite with static caravans, and I think you can actually rent these if you want to stay for a little bit longer than a night. And I know that Dan was telling me that people that are doing some of their training come down here for a week or so and rent one of these caravans. So that's a fantastic facility, because it really is a stone's throw from the airfield. There is the campsite, there are the statics, and I apologise for the poor lighting, but just through there is the airfield, so you can't really get any more convenient from that. So, having had a good walk around the airfield to see what was about, and having built up a good appetite, it was finally time to sample the infamous Meg's breakfast. Right, we have been told that the breakfast at Meg's is pretty sensational, and I've got to say it does live up to the reputation. We've gone for the healthy option, the pair of us, because we've got to keep as light as possible.
We went for the small breakfast.
It's still a cooked breakfast, it's not very healthy. I was going to do a feature, best airfield breakfast, and I had loads and loads of suggestions. Shopping was on the list, and I can see why now. The problem with that, however, would have just been flying around every single Sunday morning eating a full English breakfast if they got to the point where I couldn't take off anymore, so I've had to scrap that idea. But I'll do it bit by bit anyway. I'm going to tuck into our breakfast, and we'll see you in a bit. So whilst the breakfast was going down, me and Giles went into the control tower, and Giles did an interview with the FISO Graham, which you can see on his channel. Then it was time to leave, which turned into a bit of a waiting game.
Romeo November, if you can give the PA-28 plenty space, and if you can close down immediately, please.
Whether they've done parachuting before.
No. Why throw yourself out of a perfectly serviceable aeroplane?
Weird. Sorry, go.
I'll just give you an update as to what we are about to do. We're trying to get out of Shobdon, but it is massively busy. They are currently just about to drop some meat bombs out of the sky, also known as parachutists. I don't know if meat bombs is a PC term, but I like it, it sums it up. So at the moment we are grounded, we are sat here from the bottom down in our flying suits, sweating our kahunas off, waiting to get airborne. But as soon as we're up in the air, I'll join you back then.
Golf November India, keep a good lookout, there's numerous aircraft inbound.
Copied, November India. Golf Bravo Whiskey, 3 miles to run, descending on the dead side. Golf Echo Uniform, taxi into holding point Bravo for power check.
Golf Echo Uniform, roger, keep a good lookout for the para dropping personnel up at that end that are just tidying up.
Well, as you can hear from the radio, it is very busy here at Shobdon. We have been trying for the last 2 hours to get out, but they've been dropping parachutes, and for the time that they are dropping parachutes, or parachutists are in the air, the airfield is closed. So we've been grounded. We've had the suits on and off a couple of times where we've tried to get away, but we've failed. We've been too slow. But finally, the parachutes are all done for the day. We can now try and get out of here. So I'm going to include the radio call on our departure, because it's going to be a little bit busier than usual.
Shobdon Radio from Golf Charlie Mike Romeo Foxtrot at the Visitors Park, requesting engine start permission and taxi for 08 right hand.
Golf Charlie Mike Romeo Foxtrot, we could have probably got you way before, but the para dropping aircraft was a bit delayed, so sorry about that.
Shobdon Radio, Golf Charlie Mike Papa X-Ray Flexwing on the visitor parking, requesting radio check on 118.155 and permission to start engine. Golf Charlie Mike Papa X-Ray.
Golf Charlie Mike Papa X-Ray, para drop and finish, nothing known to affect your start. 08 right hand at Shobdon and the QNH 1018.
08 right hand 1018 and copy, permission to start engine. Golf Charlie Mike Papa X-Ray.
Golf Kilo Charlie, surface wind 09 or 0 degrees, less than 5.
Roger, final landing, Golf Kilo Charlie.
Clear prop.
Golf Bravo Whiskey, visual of the traffic ahead and just on downwind now for with 08, Golf Bravo Whiskey.
Golf Charlie Papa, roger. There's a bit of a backlog here to get in ahead of you. If you can just remain clear for now.
Well, it's busy. It's all about situational awareness.
81 Yankee, roger.
Listening to the radio and trying to build up a picture of where everybody
Golf
is.
Romeo, descending dead side for right hand 08.
In the
Romeo, roger. Keep a good lookout for another aircraft, Technam aircraft joining by the overhead.
Can't even get a word in.
We'll go, Golf Romeo.
There we go. Right, so that aircraft just landed.
Helicopter November India, final 08, no side.
Helicopter on final.
November India, roger.
There's a bit of a queue forming. So Giles is just up in front of me at the hold of Bravo 2.
Radio Golf Romeo Foxtrot at Bravo 2, ready for start.
November 8181 Yankee, confirm position.
I'm late to the downwind for 08, I could extend a bit to let you get the one away.
Golf Foxtrot, Golf, downwind 08 to land, contact 1 ahead. Golf Foxtrot, Golf, roger. Golf Papa X-ray, are you ready immediately?
Hey firm at Bravo 2 ready for departure, Golf Papa X-ray.
Roger, 1 to starboard ahead, surface wind 100, less than 5.
Entering 08 Golf Papa X-ray. Right, need to get away fairly sharply because there is a queue.
Golf Romeo, just turning downwind for 08.
Golf Romeo, roger. You may have to extend, but 2 ahead.
Roger that, Golf Romeo.
Considering good straight ahead or to the northeast. I'll take your uniform, I'll get back to you shortly. We'll feel free to come in.
That's right,
Shobdon radio, Golf Papa X-ray, clear of your ATZ to the east, switching to safety code 135.480. Thank you.
Golf Papa X-ray, roger. Thanks a lot for the visit and we'll talk to you very soon.
Well, I don't think my RT was that bad. Don't normally get to practice it very often. I think it's an important skill to have though, even if you are a bit rusty. I'm sure somebody in the comments will let me know something I said wrong. Whatever, that's what the comments is for. Right, I'm not going to video all of the flight back. That was my trip to Shobdon. Fantastic weekend out. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed sharing the journey with us, which is what my channel's all about. So if you did, please feel free to give us a thumbs up and a subscribe and all that sort of stuff. And I will see you on our next adventure. See you later.